last weekend I went to a flea market craft fair, and I bought some fabric, some cotton fabric, and these would be really good for backing on bibs. And I found this bolt of knit fabric, and I don't even know what I'm going to do with it, but I just absolutely love it. Maybe I'll even make myself a scarf. And then I have some other knit fabrics. Now, I've seen these at Walmart for $4, and I was able to get this one for $1. So I was super happy about that. Then I got these large glass canisters. And so I'll show you what I'm planning on doing with those, and some little small ones. And then I got this little bin. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with those. And then on the table here, I have a roll of vinyl. And what I plan to do with this vinyl is I plan to put it over the windows. Now, eventually I'm going to put plexiglass over the windows to keep the cold air out. Today it's about 50 degrees, so it's pretty cool. And I'm going to start by putting the vinyl over just to keep the cool air out. And then when I get the plexiglass, I'll just put the plexiglass over the vinyl, and it will serve as a double barrier for the cold air. Then I have a project that I'm going to be working on. I have to get the other components for it. I have to put these items away. And then inside, I have a couple of orders that I need to work on as well. So I have a busy day ahead of me. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using nails, a box cutter, and a hammer to get the vinyl tacked down around the frame of the windows. So wish me luck. So I'm outside, and I think it's best that I start with the smallest window first. This is outside my little basket room, and I'm just going to try to just tack it down at the top and then roll it down and tack it. So I'm hoping that that works. Okay, so it looks like I got the first one up there. I couldn't put the tacks at the top because I can't reach all the way up there, and it just got me thinking. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I have the plexiglass, but I'll figure it out. So now I guess all I have to do now is just cut it. And there you go. All right, so I think I'm just gonna put a couple of more nails around the frame where I can reach, and just hope for the best. So on this side, this window is wider, and so I am going to, I guess, double it up. But it seems that I will run out, because on the other side here, there's two back windows, and they are wide as well. So I have to go back to Walmart and get another roll. The roll was only $10, so not a huge expense at all, and it serves as a good temporary fix. So I have the plastic up on two windows. I couldn't go all the way to the top because I couldn't reach it, and then I had a little bit left over, so I was able to put it like in this area here. But I gotta tell you, even though this area is not covered, it feels better in here already. And so I'm definitely confident that this will be a temporary fix that will work well just for now. But I do have to figure out, when I do get the plexiglass, how I am going to get it up there. So I'm gonna put some plastic or vinyl up here, and I think I'm gonna go across like so. I'm gonna take this one down and put it across in strips, and I'm thinking that I should need about 3 strips to put to cover the whole window. And this time I'm going to use a staple gun. Now, you guys may know how I feel about staple guns, but it is really cold out here this morning, and I want to get this done as quickly as I possibly can. And so I thought I was going to put this end over here, but it's just a tad bit short. I guess I could get it up there, but it's just a tad bit short. And so it looks like I'm gonna have to take this down. So I'm just gonna pull it. And I'm using a staple gun, and so I hate staple guns, but it just seems like it's the quickest and fastest way to do this. So I got the first piece up there, and as you can see, it's misaligned. So I'm not even gonna take it down. I'm just gonna put another piece of plastic over it because it's freezing out here, and stapling this is not as easy as I thought. It is quick, but it's not as easy. Okay, so I have the second strip up there, and it is so cold out here. My fingers are so frostbitten, and I am just freezing. So I have one more strip, and now I'm thinking I don't even know how I'm going to get up there. Maybe I will put a little stool on top of the stepping stool and see if I could maybe balance myself so I don't fall off. But I have to get up there. I have to get that last strip. Well, I just finished putting the little piece down here to catch that area that was misaligned. I got all 3 strips up, and just as I thought, I wouldn't be able to reach the entire top. So for now, it'll still be a little draft inside of my little basket room, but at least it won't be freezing cold. But I got to figure something out. Now, on this side, all the way at the top, that part is open too. So I have to figure something out, but this will do for the time being. At least it will increase the temperatures inside of this room because it was really cold. So let's move on to the next task, which is pretty much organizing, putting this stuff away. And I have some other stuff that I need to get put away as well. This stuff. So let's get started. So I am going to put these up on the wall so they would be easily accessible, and I'm going to hang them on this rod. And so these come from the Dollar Tree, and this rod actually came from Walmart, and I believe it's one of their 94-cent rods. And then underneath the pile I had these little few pieces of wood that I had cut about 2 weeks ago at the super center, and I put these brackets up here, so I'm going to get these little shelves up too. So the next thing is I want to open these up and put them in some jars, and so this way the table could be clear, and then we can work on these. So I'm going to use my drill to get these screws in for the rod. And I'm going to put the rod all the way up there. There's an open area right there, and I think that it will work really well to hang that rod up there and get these spray bottles up here. And so let's get started. Now, I usually have a problem lining things up. Everything is always crooked. So, the moment of truth, let's get the rod and hopefully it aligns up straight. So, these worked out perfectly. I love it. And so, if some of you are asking what am I going to use these spray bottles for, remember I make my own custom colored crinkle cut paper. And I use these spray bottles, and they often get clogged up. And so once they get clogged up, you can't really rinse them out really well. Otherwise, it will tint the color or it will be hard to match it. And so I just really use these, excuse me, use these a couple times and then I just throw them away. And so I like to always have these in stock. And I was due for some more. I usually buy them like 10 at a time. And yeah, they work well up on the rod as storage and it fills in that area. And so I got these all nicely scrubbed and washed up and they are ready to be used. And as you can see, these two do not have tops on it, but these do. And I'm going to take these inside because I don't want anything in here without tops. If you notice, all of my things here, they all have tops. They all have tops, and so I want to keep it that way because I don't want to have anything in here without a top. This is the only thing that doesn't have a top, and that's going to change, okay? I'm going to actually move those because I don't want to put my hand into any container and a spider crawls up it. I would just die. I would just die. And so I don't want to set myself up either. And so I love the workmanship of this. These gotta be about 40 years old, these things. I remember seeing these things in people's houses when I was a kid, and I was in the 70s. I believe that these are either cookie jars, big cookie jars. I remember just pretty much every older person house I went to had one of these in their kitchen on the cabinet. And so once again, these two are actually going inside of my studio. These are actually going to be here inside of this area here. And I got these little jars. Now, these little jars, these are cute too. I paid $1 for them. And I don't know what I'm going to stick inside of it, but I just like, you know, just the idea that it had a top. So I thought that I would get it. And then this little jar here is cute, so I'm sure I could use this. Now, this is an ice bucket. I definitely remember seeing this as a child. It had a little fracture crack in it, but I didn't care. So it has a little insert, and the insert can actually be used for something else too. Maybe I'll put a top or something because I have a lot of mason jar tops. Maybe I'll glue a top here and use it for a bowl inside of my studio and then use this like that. Yeah, I think I'll probably do something like that. Overall, I think that these are going to make wonderful additions. And these were $2 with the tops. They were priced at $4, but I got them for $2. And then these were priced at $2, the big ones without the top, but I got them for $1 because they didn't have a top. But the small ones, I got these for $1 each. And the ice bucket, I got this for $2 as well. Okay, so these two I have left here. I have to fill those up with something. And I didn't take the jumbo flowers out and store them in another container. But I did manage to put away the little girl or baby girl ornaments that I had, and I put the baby boy ornaments in a larger ball mason jar. I do have more ornaments, but they are still packed up, so I have to get to them. And then those big cookie jars. Those have bows in them. So that one have turquoise bows and that one have gold bows. For some reason, I had a lot of turquoise and gold bows. And so the jars work really well for what I need them for. And it's a really good alternative to buying other jars. So, I mean, I do still like my jar storage, but if I had really thought about it, it would have been probably cheaper to go the route to go to either the Goodwill or Habitat for Humanities to buy them. And so just think about that when you are thinking of a different alternative to store your items and ornaments and embellishments in your studio. So I thought I would take you guys inside my studio and my working headquarters. I'm going to be working on an order today. I'm going to be working on this order. All right, so this is a towel set. Basically, it is one of those giraffe towel sets. So it's a bath towel, and then I have to make a custom a custom washcloth. All right, and so I'm going to pick the fabrics for it. So the custom washcloth is going to have, actually it's going to have a coordinating giraffe print. I just want to see how big this is, because maybe I could use this little piece for the applique. Yeah, I can actually use this little piece for the applique and the washcloth. And then, so I'm going to put this over here. Then I also need the burlap. Burlap. So actually I probably should take this out, and just put this in one of these in here for now. I think I might actually need to use that. And so the burlap, and actually I have two burlaps. I don't know if I want to use this burlap or this burlap. Let's see which one goes best with this burlap. See, it's two different burlaps. I don't know if you can see the tones and colors. So I have to decide which burlaps I want to use. I feel like I want to use this one because this is for a little girl. This is just a little bit more brighter. So yeah, this burlap. Okay. And so because I don't have a long table anymore like I used to, I'm going to carry it over into my consultation room, which is, I like to say consultation room, but again, I don't even have consultations in here. If I was going to make this into my living room, I would have gotten better quality furniture, to be quite frank. But anyhow, so this table, I love this table. It is like a 1950s folding table, and I got it from the Goodwill. And it has $5, but I didn't pay $5 because I went when they were having their 50% off furniture sale. So I got it for $2.50. The only thing is it's much lower than today's standards. So I guess they were smaller people back then. Because this folding table got to be at least 40 to 50 years old, if not older. Just the craftsmanship of how they made the legs and everything is just, yeah, just really old. Anyhow, this table serves a good purpose. It serves a good purpose for me to lay out fabrics and stuff. And for a cheap price, you can't beat it. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to make sure both of my embroidery machines are turned on, because I'm going to work on, I usually don't do this. I usually will assign one embroidery machine to one order and a different embroidery machine to a different order. But this, so the key to really trying to keep your studio organized, I have heard so many times people will say a clean studio is a studio that has not been worked in. And I totally disagree. The key to it is, if you are working on projects, whether you're working on multiple projects or a single project, just clean up as you go. And so I have done the first part of the embroidery, which is the washcloth, and then I have to sew the backing on and clear up the water solving. So I'm going to put this aside. And then I have the applique to make and the drawstring for the burlap bag. So I am going to put this aside because I'm going to need that. And then I'm going to be using my spritz for the towel, so I'll keep this out. But I don't need this, so I'm going to put the 4x4 hoop up. I don't need any more towel fabric. I don't need any more burlap fabric. So these three things are going to be put away, leaving my table and my area clean for the next part of the project. And so first we're gonna start with putting the hoop back, and then we can put the towel up. Now this is not even necessarily where the towel would be, but because I don't want it laying out, I am just going to store it here because I still have more fabric that I need to put out. And now this, I need to fold this up a little bit better. I'm doing this with one hand, so just bear with me, but this is going right in a drawer. I'm just going to fold this up like this. And if it's too crazy, what I'll do is I'll get a Ziploc bag. But I can fold this inside here and fold it like that. So you see how the loose parts are in here? And I can either open a drawer and put it here. But then I'm going to go back in here because I'm going to need this part. I need a piece of this brown if I don't have any cut already. Which I don't look like I have any cut already. But I need a piece of brown for the part of this applique. And this is in here nice and tight. So I'm going to need to use two hands to get that out. I'm going to snip a piece off for the ears of the giraffe, and then I'm going to put it back. Meanwhile, the bag, the burlap bag, the embroidery has started. I'm not sure what happened there. There's a little glitch right there. I have to go back and just fill that little area in. But the bag, the embroidery, is almost done. Now I just have to put a piece of giraffe fabric here for the drawstring and sew it up on the sides, add a tag, and then it'll be done. To take up my pins, I'm sewing with one hand while I'm holding my phone.